Hey guys, it's Sharon, Little Britain Company. Welcome to the channel. So today I am going to work some on one of these notebooks. I I say this with all the love in my heart. Y'all were no help. I showed you guys these two notebooks and said, which one should I make next? And the answer was, we like them both. We're not going to tell you which one. So this one was already planned to be like this, which is the one that has these great pockets. This one is just full of pockets. And I'm going to show you really quickly how I came to do this. And then I'm going to make one as quick as I can, actually, because it's early morning and I don't have a huge amount of time. I got up early, but there was a lot of stuff to do here at the house. I had some laundry to do, I had to catch up on, and I had some things to put away, and y'all know how it is. So I've already pre-cut a cover. So let me show you. I'm jumping ahead, and I should not do that. So I said in that last video where I was showing you some things. Oh my. Okay, so I have this paper, and you can even see how it's bowling. It's just kind of crazy. I bought a huge pack of this. It was a great price. It was just a couple of bucks for this big thing of paper of what was supposed to be craft paper in 5.5 by 11. It is much more like cardboard. So if I wanted to make something similar to a chip, this is almost like, that's what it is. It's like cereal box. Maybe even a tiny bit stiffer, which is kind of funny. But that's really what it is. It's like a cereal box. And in that respect, it's great. But you can see I have this big pack, and look what it did. I opened it, and it just went bloop. And created this, and I'm like, what am I going to do with it now? Because it's got this bowl to it. Anyway. So I was talking to one of my sisters on the phone, and I grabbed it, and I said, I'm just going to start doing something with it. I'm going to cut it down because it's 8.5 by 11. So I'm going to cut it into some sections and see if I can just, I don't know, make some pages out of it. So I said, I cut it to 5.5. So I have these sections left over. These are actually really nice for making bookmarks. So I cut so it's 8.5 by 11. I cut it by 5.5. So this is a 3-inch. This should be 3 inches, which it is. And there's other things I can do with that. I'm going to put that one aside. I'm not losing those because there's a lot. Let me show you. So far, that's my stack of these. And they have a little bit of a bow to them. Better than the other one, but the other way. So once I got to this stage, once I get to this stage, I just go ahead. I'm going to leave this out here for a minute because I'm going to need to cut some chipboard. I just go ahead and fold it. And I try to be really careful, but I'm holding it. I haven't scored it. You can score it if you want to. And that's it. I mean, and once I did that, suddenly it was nice and straight. And I was like, oh, I can use that. So I sat here doing a bunch of them. And I stopped when I was like, how many do I have? And I had like 32. But it's been really fun because that prompted these other notebooks that I've made. And I'm making a lot more because I'm really liking it now. I like the, how do I put that? So with these, this is really nice. This is heavy duty construction, and you really feel the weight of these. And I'm really, really digging it. Really digging it. That wasn't even something when I was. So those are 5.5 inches. This is also, I'll just show you when I put it up in here, 5.5 by 5.5. My top and my back are 5.5 by 5.5. I did not make them even a smidge bigger. They will be a smidge bigger once they're covered. Because with these, I'm completely wrapping ish. So let me go ahead and grab another piece of my chipboard that I think, is that there it says? Oh, I've already got it cut. I had a few pieces sitting to the side here, and I just realized I had already cut. Yep, my 5.5 by 5.5. Look at that. Speaking of which, I have 3 more pieces. That's awesome. I have these huge chipboard pieces that came, if you have been with me for a while and you saw some of the, while back, I got some Michael boxes, some of their great $10 get boxes, and I ended up getting these big, it's almost like a countdown to Valentine's Day type thing. And but they came on the countdown pieces came on this nice chipboard. So yeah, my watch isn't even on this morning. So I basically pulled off the countdown, used some of the pieces as ephemera, and went ahead and cutting out the chipboard. Let me move this where you can see it, in case you're interested. So this is both the front, the back, and all of the bases, which would be all of these individual, that's what I'm calling, these bases end up being 5.5, but they are actually 5.5 by 11. So I'm going to add that just so it's obvious and I can remember. Yeah. I'm going to say the pages are 5.5 by 11. Folded in half. There. Okay, so 5.5 by 11 folded in half. So my base, or you can just say my front covers, those are 5.5 by 5.5. And then I'm going to layer my pages on those. And that really, so for all of my insides, they're going to be 5 3/8, and I have already cut them, guys. So all of my inside pieces, what am I doing? There we go. All of these inside pieces are 5 3/8 by 5 3/8 because they fit on here so well. I did not cover the other part of the page because, it's just a page. So there's my 5 3/8 by 5 3/8. All of this is pre-cut. And then this is the, I'm just going to say, this where I say photo paper, that's just for the front cover. That's what I did for the front cover and made that side. So that was clear as mud. That's just, okay. So, this is, so if this is my cover, once it's covered and I'm using one of my reds, that's just going to go on the inside, but I can't do that till I cover that one. So I'm going to set that aside and I'm going to start with these. And what I've been starting with is, a hole punch. So I am using my 1.5 inch and I'm just eyeballing it. Just a good little eyeball. And I'm shooting it at me. So there's one. And I am trying to keep these kind of in the order that I have already decided, because I just don't want to go through trying to figure the order out again. That was kind of actually, I will say with this one, it was easier. So it's easier when it's a collection. Because when it's a collection, you know, you're already good to go. It's already sort of given you some good ideas. So when I'm doing these, here's my fold. And because this is going to be one of the pocket books, I'm going to just put my little thumb hold in here. I know that I'm going to glue this part down, and this part I will have the cinch, because I am using the cinch on this one and not the rings. You can do the same thing for the rings, but I think they leave a little bit too much gapping, and so if you put something smaller in there, they're gonna come out. Okay. And make sure your orientation is right. I'm trying to make sure I get this. Yeah. All right, almost there, guys. Please feel free to fast forward if this is taking too long. I do get it. You're like, I didn't sign up for this. For the length of time. I didn't think I would take her so long to punch all those holes. I do get that. But you guys actually are really so incredibly kind to me about everything, I have to say. I have the best viewers of anybody. Okay. And now I'm going back again. This is just my process, guys. I mean, everyone's going to have a different process. So now I go back, and what I want to do is get my hole in the same place. So what I've been doing is just kind of lining this up. And this part, I mean, you don't have to do it this way. I've just been doing this. I've just been doing it this way. And make sure I'm finding these all over my clothing. They went flying at me. Now, if you want to be really precise, you can paper clip these together, or, good golly. Okay. That's pretty good. So I'm going to take my non-existent pencil, because it ran away. And I'm just going to do this so I know where my punch it should be. And I'm taking this slightly bigger one, and I'm going to let's see how that one came out. Yep. I could have gone down just a smidge on that one, but it does ensure that I have that kind of, that look to it. Now, if you wanted to, you could ink that, or maybe put something else behind it, which is a real temptation because, you know, just to make it pop a little bit more, but I'm just not doing that. I don't wanna. I don't wanna. Mostly just, I like the look I'm getting. All right, so that's what I'm going to be doing for these next pages. So please I'm going to go just a touch under this one. And, oh yeah, even better. Perfect. I would say, let's see how fast I can go, but I know I can't go fast. I am not speedy. I love it. Y'all are like, Sharon, we know. Every video you do is at least an hour long. I know. I like to do my whole process. We'll see. This one, I mean, I've got a lot of the pages cut ahead of time. So I have got a craft fair coming up in Virginia. If anybody's in Virginia, if anyone's close to Charlottesville, I will be in Charlottesville this weekend on November 1st. There is a neighborhood craft fair that goes on, a craft show that goes on in the Kentwood neighborhood. It's really cool. I mean, it's all the craft fair. It's just people from the area. You know, if you're interested in buying local, you know, I'm local-ish. I'm going there because I'm actually from Charlottesville originally. That's where I was born and raised. So this is just me going home. And I've done this show. I missed it last year. I think I had something happened and I had overcommitted, or I had a show here in Rocky Mount, which I did not get the message when they were, because last year's show was great for me. I don't know if they're the same people are doing the show this year, so I missed out on the dates on getting into it, which is, you know, a bummer. It's a bummer, but it did. But that one's later in the year. That one's later. It's so funny because I've seen so many shows that are, you know, they're all kind of on the same day. There are several shows I would love to do in my area, but they're all on November 22nd. And I've already booked a show on November 22nd. So that one's a little bit of a bummer, but if you are in the Charlottesville area and want to come see me and say hi and look at some of my beautiful products, please come on by. I'd love to see you. My polar bear sister is going to be helping me out because we're going in so many directions this weekend. Little Brit has his last competition, and I'm actually super upset that, you know, I committed to doing this show a year ago, which is what we do for some of these, and you know, that was way before I had any concept of the schedule that he would have. So normally, you know, my husband would either be with me or he would be with Little Brit, but he is on call. So it's just a really busy weekend. You know, the day after Halloween, really busy. Okay, so I'm going to give myself, not quite an inch. Close to it. There's one. And here's two. And I am out of this color. This is going to be the end of this color for me. Not that I don't have plenty of other papers and colors, but I really like this maroon. And honestly, I've had it for a while in my stash, so I don't even know where I got it, but I've been going through it for a while, so I am definitely smashing my paper packs, and I love it because you know what's really fun about smashing your paper packs? You can get more. And I'm like, oh, that one's gone. Oh, what's new out there? What can I get now? Ooh. The possibilities are just endless, which is really fun. So there are definitely bonuses to smashing your paper packs. And I am reaping the benefits. Yeah, and seriously, if you guys haven't been, actually, I'm sure many of you know all about Paper Stash Smash, but let me do this a little bit so you can see better. It's really, I've been so lucky to have found them and to, that they have it set up so that any of us can smash our paper packs, and they kind of share it all together in their Paper Stash Smash, which has been just so wonderful. I'm not part of the cadre at this time, but I love pulling it up and just watching the different things people are doing, because no one's. The really cool thing is when, sometimes when you hear Paper Stash Smash, it's like, oh, I just want to get rid of it. And that's just not the case at all. It's just all about, oh, that just stopped me in mid-sentence. That was my 6 a.m. alarm going off to remind me I have to get dressed and go to work, which I would rather not do. I'm going to finish this real quick with you guys. But what I was saying about the cadre is that it is just not the case that, no one is just trying to get rid of their paper. It's just sort of reminding us to look back and shop our own stock and find those beautiful things that we have before we buy the next beautiful thing. But I love it because it helps remind me to do exactly that. And then I feel so good because I'm like, oh, well, now I can go shopping again. Oh, look, Echo Park. Not that I stopped shopping. Y'all know that. You've seen the hauls. But I don't feel guilty about it. I'm like, look at all the paper I've used up. And I have. Oh, my goodness. I will say this has been, it's been super fun. And I would, certainly urge anybody who is out there and creating, go ahead and add make some stuff from your paper stash. Find a paper pad. You're like, I think I'm going to use this one up. I'm going to just use it up. Something beautiful, and then find some great inspiration out there. I have been really inspired by so many people. And I will say, I'm just really delighted that I found that wonderful group and was able to make some things. I'm going about this the wrong way. My brain is beginning to fuzz because now I have to start thinking about my other job. But it's been really cool being able to kind of follow along and watch what they're doing and show you guys what I'm doing and not feel guilty about buying the new stacks of paper. As I said, I recently, or this weekend, because I did not realize how many paper packs I've actually been able to pick up at Ollie's, because this Ollie's, the wonderful crafting hauls that I've gotten from Ollie's, the wonderful things that and really it's been great. I found some really amazing things at Ollie's, and and so much more paper than I realized I had. And then I was beginning to see the stacks because I hadn't put it away. I didn't, there was a lot. So I had to find a new paper storage. So I picked up, actually ordered some file boxes, and let's see, it was a stack of 10 file boxes. I think I got them from Walmart. And I haven't filled them all, but I actually have filled half of them. 4 with paper-like items, and 1 with other things that I got. And but being able to sort my paper and find it, that is a biggie. So these file boxes, I won't be able to close them. Nothing is tall enough. I hunted and hunted, and I was actually really surprised that even in the scrapbook community, I was not finding closable boxes. Lots of, there's lots of storage options, but I thought, I'll find something like a file box, like big like that. Like these are, what you would keep your files in. That's what I was really looking for. I was hoping to find a clear one that was tall enough that I could actually close it. Because when you have a lot of paper, I just wanted it to be, protected and not get dusty if I can't use it right away. So I went hunting for, basically what I got, but taller. I wanted it taller. So what I found was there's nothing out there. Or at least I haven't been able to locate anything. Lots of open storage, lots of the partial boxes. I found lots of those. But I think our 12 by 12 paper deserves, a nice storage system that I just I don't feel like I'm finding. So if you all know of something, if I've missed something out there and you know about it, would you let me know in the comments? I'm still, the file boxes are going to be fine for right now. And they were certainly a very inexpensive option. 10 boxes for like $10. I think I got those I got those at Walmart, and I got them delivered to my door, which is lovely. And they're a great option because I'll be able to write down on the outside of the box what's inside it, which is something I always need to do. I need to be able to look at quick glance and see, oh, yep, there's my Christmas paper. There's spring, there's summer, there's fall, so to speak. There's my specialty paper. There are my single color papers, all that good stuff. So I'm happy. I'll be happy with them right now. But again, I really also very much like to be able to see my paper because it's pretty. Because I'm just funny that way, and I wanted some pretty storage. I did order. This was my first foray into organizing, trying to really get some better organization with all of this paper packs. So I did order some pretty ones, but they're more expensive. I mean, it's like 2 for $13, whereas the regular file boxes were 10 for $10 or 10 for $11. So there's that. But I'm very happy to get that much more organized, because it was starting to get on my nerves that it wasn't really well organized. And then you can't find anything. I mean, if it's not as organized, I have this lovely big unit next to me. It's got all my paper. It had all my papers. But with this edition, I just need to rethink. Oh no, what I did with my, there it is. Oh, can't lose my stainless steel pen. Cannot. Okay. All right, so the really cool thing here is that at this stage, I'm already ready to glue it all together. Now I still plan on making a couple of pockets and things, but this really does go together pretty quick. So right away, and again, I use, this is Echo Park Cardabella, Flora papers. And then I added in, these are from, this is from Paper Studio called Vintage Christmas. And I added in some of those just because I wasn't going to have enough different pieces. There are 6 pages in here, and that's actually a lot for this. Oh my goodness. All right, I really am going to have to stop in a minute. I'm looking at my time going, oh wait, is that the time? But I just want, oh no. Glue bottle stopped up a little bit on me. Come on. I had to break into a fresh bottle of glue, and it has not, oh my golly, it's not coming out at all. All right. Sometimes this one glops up a little bit, and I don't understand. It's all the same stuff, basically. All right, let me use this one, because I've got this one partially going, and I don't want to, oh my word. Sometimes, guys, this is what happens. Sometimes you just need to get the bottle of glue working. Let's try that again. Oh, there we go. I want to get this part on before I stop and have to face the job that pays the bills. There we go. There's something about the scrape of that. It just makes me happy. Okay, so I get that centered as best I can. Oh, pretty. Pretty, pretty. So I got a little bit of glue bleeding through right there. Where are you going? Where are you going, glue? Okay. So I haven't decided what's going to go on the cover yet, but that is basically my cover. And when I see you all again, which for you all will be like that, and for me will be hours, we'll work on finishing up the gluing, and then we'll come back and start adding pockets. So this part is funny. For me, it's actually been like 2 days before I was able to get back to doing my wonderful, I don't know what I'm doing. I do not know what I'm doing, guys. Coming back to the book to put it together. For you all, it'll be like nothing. You have to love living in this century and what we were able to do. So I'm going to go ahead and start putting together all of the pieces. I still don't know that I had a consensus for the next fall books. So I'm probably going to do one of each, like I'm doing with this Christmas series. I know I have to use one side or the other. It physically hurts me. Does it hurt you guys too when you're using like some beautiful paper and you're just like, ah, I really need to replace this. It just keeps really quickly stoppering up. Oh my golly. I can't do it. That's ridiculous. Let's see if this one will work. So I refilled my glue bottle. I have just not had these problems before, but I refilled it with a new, with glue from a new glue bottle. And I'm thinking that glue might have been a little bit gloppy. And that's what keeps happening. That's why it keeps freezing up on me. It's driving me nuts. Because I can't keep it flowing. So I'm going to pause the video here and see if I can fix it or if there is even a way to fix it. One big tip, don't order glue in the winter. I think that's the way, it's not supposed to get too hot, or there are actual temperatures that are bad for it. And so you don't want to do that. Let's see if we can figure out what's stopping it up here. I don't know. I don't know. All right, so shaking it, I have found with, I was going to stop it, but what I have found is that shaking it up does seem to help. Let's see if this helped. Let's try this one again. It's coming out. I mean, the question is it gonna stop up on me again? I am really squeezing. Oh, okay. Well, we got through something, whatever it might have been, just then. That's good. But yeah, try to order your glue when it's neither too hot nor too cold. You got to be very Goldilocks about it. Got to order it when it's just right. And the manufacturers do tell you, or at least on some of the sites, I have certainly seen that. Oh, wow, the glue's really coming out. I did not see that happen. All right, let's try to get this back to something normal. The way to do that is just to, I basically scrape the tip, and then that usually works. But I may have to take the top off and let the air back out again, because that's definitely got some air building up in it. And it is pouring out. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm going to have to stop and deal with my glue. Okay, so I went ahead and did the next page just to make sure that I had really gotten my glue cleaned out, and I have. So, this is, I've ordered a new bottle, and I'm going to use this one up, and then I'm going to switch over to the new bottle, because they just get old. This one's been around for a bit. But the inner tip here was just overwhelmed, and so I had to really clean it out. I had looked in my little trash bin here, pulled out a piece of kind of a really thin cut of paper that I had sitting in there, and created sort of a tighter tip to it, and went ahead and put that in and really cleaned out the inside of that top, which is really what it needed. Clearly what it needed. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy with, seems to be running okay now. I'm going to have to keep it cleaned up. And that's what I like about the stainless steel. I mean, you just clean it up a little bit. So you got to just keep it a little bit bottled, a little bit more under control. All right. This part was kind of fun because I was able to use basically the front and back of this piece. I am so not good at the straight thing. You know what? You don't have to be. I see some creators out there, and they are so precise. They are so good at it. And I am in awe. And I think it's cool, but I also know I don't have to be perfect, because my glue really doesn't care. It's going to glue either way. So if you can't get a straight glue line, it's okay. It is seriously not a biggie. So This is going together really nicely. And you can see, I mean, once you get the pieces cut, you're golden. I mean, it just goes together so nice. As long as your glue bottle doesn't, make a mess of you. This is why I'm going to order the glue distributor, glue gun from My Sweet Petunia. I'm going to be on, because I've had it in my cart in scrapbook.com for a while. It was there, then it was gone because they sold out. And I'm just going to go back and get it because I really want it. And I think it's going to help a lot. Just with my level of frustration. When my glue doesn't, sounds like it's a bad movie. Glue gone bad. Okay, so while I have you all here, could I ask you to please, those for my subscribers, and again, if you haven't subscribed, I'm really hoping that you'll join us and subscribe and see all this great stuff that's happening. But for my subscribers, every once in a while, YouTube goes through this kind of odd iteration, and it starts removing people from some of their subscriptions. And so I think that it is in one of those moods at the moment. So I was wondering if I could ask you guys to please just check that you're still subscribed. I actually found yesterday there were two different people that I subscribed to that I was no longer subscribed to. And I was like, well, I never removed that. So, which is what makes me just throw that out there. And, you are some very kind, wonderful people. And I would miss you if you weren't here with us on a regular basis. Oh no, come back. Come back. This one's trying to escape, and I'm sorry, there is no escape from the paper crafting. There is just more paper crafting. Make sure this one's the right. This one actually has, it took me a bit to realize that it does have a orientation. But if you see these flowers right there, they definitely have an orientation. Okay. Look at this, guys. We're actually almost at the end. That did not take long at all. I think this is the kind of thing that if you wanted to make these for a craft fair, you could just, just cut the pieces, get the pieces all ready. That's kind of what I've been doing here. Instead of trying to do them page by page, I just kind of fell into this one. But yeah, instead of doing page by page, I've just been come on. Got all the pieces cut. And that certainly made a difference. So remember that these are 5.5 by 5.5. These sheets that I'm doing right now, they are each 5 3/8 by 5 3/8. And then, actually, I think I want to do it this way. This one doesn't really have an orientation, but I just like it like this. Oh my goodness. So this is interesting, and I'm thinking about doing some classes, some in-person classes. And the reason I say that is because of how surprised I was at how some of my sisters, one sister in particular, after doing that kind of class at the beach with me, has just, she is full on paper crafting and doing some really amazing things. Taking a little bit from everybody who was there and really making some beautiful pieces. And it's funny because what I do know is that she watched me religiously. Every time a new video comes out, she watches it. She's right there. She watches it. She watched it all for the past few years that I've been on. I think this is my third year on YouTube, and I think that she's been watching, since the beginning. And so what's funny is that watching all those years never, it never got her to become a paper crafter. She's just watched and hung out, and I think she would, because she and I sound so similar, she would leave the videos on for when she wasn't home and her pups were there by themselves, because it sounds like her. So she didn't have to record anything. She could just basically, use that. And so I was, it's been really interesting having her relatively overnight become a paper crafter. And kind of cool. Okay, so now I'm just going to go back through and I'm going to seal the bottom, and just the bottom. Not worried about the side, because I'm going to use the cinch on this one. And it does not take much glue. You really do not need to, one line of glue is gonna hold. I say that. That's the first time I've ever had that just come apart like that. What the heck? There we go. It's like something said, nope. We're gonna make you look silly. I just think they need to understand that I don't need any help. I can make myself look silly all the time. Really liking. So I am thinking about doing some in-person classes. And seeing what happens. We shall see. You gotta be careful. Last one. Clearly this is a process video. It's pretty much what I do. I mean, when I'm doing my videos, it's almost always a process video, just for those of you who don't know me. So they're all kind of their own little mini class, but they always have been. Why is that? That is weird. I wonder if the glue in that bottle is getting old. I'm gonna have to go back through these and just make sure. Doesn't seem to be affecting. Oh, well, maybe it's just because it's so the whole thing is so thick. Let me just check them all. Yeah, they're fine. Okay. Got to make sure. Okay, now comes the hard part, which, it's always the hard part, which is figuring out what in the heck I'm going to put on the top. And for me, it doesn't have to match what's inside. I think I'm going to start by looking at this beautiful pad. I have the Santas, but there aren't any Santas in here. And I kind of feel like maybe I don't want to do a Santa. I have, that's kind of cool. That's from some of my cuttings. He's very cool. His missing part, a little bit of his hand. But he's cool. Would I put him on a background of some kind? I really am liking him. Not that, that's too much. All right, which ones did I use in here? I think I'm going to use him. I wasn't going to. I was like, let me show you how this doesn't work, and suddenly it works, and I'm like, oh no, I like that. He's missing part of a hand. Where do I have the one that... I think all of these guys are kind of missing a little bit of their hand. That's a bummer. But I can make it work. We can make that work, right? We're crafters. Okay, so what am I using from this one? Let me glance through this real quick. So I am using that one. Sorry guys, this is the process. Decisions are not easy. How would he look on there? Cute. What about on there? That's cute. I don't want to use the music on this one. I just feel like it doesn't quite work. I got that one. That's the music. I think we're using that one. There's this one. Not that. That's my favorite. Only have, ooh. I only have, ooh. I kind of like this one. Let me pull that one out for a minute. Let me see if there's anything else that I think might be better. I don't know. Because this is kind of the Santa letters. So I could do that. And then I could do Santa on top. Maybe a letter in his hand. It's going to be super close. I'm just worried if that washes things out too much. I could do a dark... Do we like that? No. I think he actually is. I think I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna stop putzing about and just get her done. Now I'm gonna find some cute little emblem or something to put right there. But I know that this is going to be 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. I love my Tim Holtz, but it does not do, eighths, 3/8. It does not do eighths very well. I don't, I really find that I do not like it for eighths because I find those hard to measure on there. So I'm just going to go down a little bit here to my 5 3/8. And cute. Oh yeah. I mean, we could even push him up. Oh, okay. You push him up a little bit and he's like right there. I like it. I like it. I'm going to do it. I think he's cute. And I'm going to keep these for belly bands. Honestly, I'm going to get a little container because I've realized that, these little offcuts really are the perfect little belly bands. Or they're perfect for belly bands. And so I'm going to do it. And keep those for my belly bands. So every time I need one, oh, come on. I've almost cleaned out this little glue bottle. Which is saying a lot because these, the glue here, you're really scraping it against the top because you don't want a tremendous amount. It goes very far. It really, really does. Okay, let's put that. Let's do that. I actually changed my mind. I know what I'm gonna find to put there. I'm going to put him in here, kind of like that, and I'm going to find a jingle bell, or I think I have a die that would give me a jingle bell about that size. I think that would be so cute. All right, so he's got a little extra going here, which will definitely make... You could put another piece under here or a couple of pieces to keep him completely even. It will be very minute. Now I'm going to do something. I don't want the glue to come out. I know there's a lot of glue on there. And so May with May Makes It, she talked once about instead of using, instead of squishing it down and around, if you just do that. Now I wish I'd moved him over further. He'll be fine. Because I'm going to end up running some of my wire through him, but that's okay. What do we think? Is he cute? He's really cute. Maybe I'll do this guy behind on the back. But it would need something behind it. That one, or we've got some of these that I've really cut out. I've got the reindeer. We've got Santa Stop here. I'll look and see if I want to use one of those. Okay, so I'm going to go have some dinner, and when I get back, which will be like that for you all, we're going to go ahead and punch him on our cinch and get him ready. Oh no. We're going to add pockets before I do that. Pockets, because I want to do some inside pockets. I may do pockets on a few of these. I didn't do them on the last one because I was so in love with the cards with the pictures. But on these, I think I'd be okay adding some additional pockets. So I think I'm going to rev him up a little bit and just add a little bit. Look at that. Completely jumped ahead on you guys. I'm so sorry. So I had been doing pockets and kind of do my own thing in here. And just realized that I was not showing you all the next step. So I added a few pockets. And then I am doing 4 and 4 on the cinch. What I like to do is I like to make a form. I know this is not everybody's thing, but what I'll do is once I have something ready, I'm going to go, I make a little template for it. And so this is the exact same size, it's 5.5 inches. Then I put it in so I can line, then I fold it in half. Then I put it in so I can find my exact center. And once I do that, I can put washi tape, or I know exactly where each piece is going to go. It's just my thing. I feel like it really helps me get everything as accurate as I want it to be. So once I know what I'm doing, once I know exactly where that's going to be. So for the covers, it was up to this piece of washi tape. For these inside pieces, which are ever so slightly smaller because they're not covered with additional paper, they go to the line. So then, in a minute, I'll show you what I've got going here. Let me get this out of the way. This keeps my phone charged while we're doing this. So I need 4 and 4. This time I will not make the same mistake as I made last time. Let's get my little my handy dandy little clippers here, and we go 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 1 inch. I ordered this on Amazon. I'll try to remember to link it. Y'all know I won't. But if I don't remember, you guys are great about reminding me, and then I'll add it later, and you can come back and take another look. They weren't bad. They weren't great. The inch ones are kind of expensive. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. For my 6.5, I really like ordering the Michaels brand. I like them a lot, and they're very reasonably priced. Very. But it looks like Michaels has its own cinch now, so my guess is that's why they're making them. So you know what I'm gonna do? Oh my golly, I made a mess. I was cleaning out my trap and didn't realize I had gotten half of it on my legs. So I am gonna go ahead and do this, and then I'm gonna do this. They go together so beautifully. You know, as long as you get them down right, it's super easy. So remember, your pages go on, then your cover, then your back. But with the inside cover, not the outside cover, that's how that's going to work. Now, I'm not making the same mistake I made last time. I am going to put these in one at a time and just make sure that they are flat against the back and beautiful. So that was a mistake I made last time, and I vowed I would not repeat. This is not solidly down. That mistake. So I like to hold this in place, and it helps me if I center it, because then I know I've got everything nice and flat. There you go. I also, if I'm using a 1 inch wire, I set it just slightly off inside that 1 inch, and I know that it's going to fully cinch. I feel like I don't always get a good cinch if I set it exactly where it's supposed to be. So let's take a look at what we got so far. So we've got, I wish that I had read when I ordered the 1 inch wires. They really, I think I got silver, copper, gold, and black. And those were the only colors I could even find. So I think he is so cute. I do want to do a little bit of something with these. So I made some cute little guys here. Some cute little pockets. We've got our big pockets here. This one's not done, but it's getting there. I love that. This belly band piece actually came from some of the autumn stuff that I was doing. I really like doing this little weird style here. This is just something I came up with one day. I don't know that I've seen anyone else use it, but I am a firm believer that very few things are brand new. So I'm sure somebody's done it along the way. And then we have another belly band and another pocket. This was fun just going through here. These pocket pieces are basically part of these. When I cut these down to 5.5 inches, I was left with sort of a length, and it worked out just so well. So this one's going to get a little bit more, but that is that's a library pocket. I really like to use the library pockets. And finally, I did a little decoration on this one, but I do need to go back and do a little bit more decorating on these. So I have pulled out this. If I can get this correct. So I am going to try, I think this would be, oh, should I do it here? Or should I do it over here? I think I'm going to like it better here. I'm not going to push down super hard. Getting it centered, to me, not bad. So we have our Merry Christmas. These are this is the big sticker sheet that came with this set. I'm gonna try to get that. That works. A bit there. Oh, I like it. You guys like it. Now, should I put anything on this one? I feel like this is really nice as it is. I'll think about that one. I kind of like it as it is. I'm not sure that I want to add anything to this. Maybe something up in a corner. This is all about the flowers. So I could do this one sort of as a mimic. I like that. Okay. That one. I'm not doing anything to these pages. These are the pages where you could put a picture. Okay. Let me think. I'm going to look and think and see if I can find something that makes sense to me for this one. And there may not be anything, truthfully. You know, I may look at it and say, maybe, you know, maybe that's where it should be. Or maybe not. Let's see. So that... I like it. Which is funny because a minute ago I was like, I don't need anything there. What I am going to do is burnish these stickers down because I don't want them to come up. They shouldn't, but I want to make sure. I know that I wanted to put something on this strip. I thought it was a little bit too plain. So let me think about that one. So I'm back to looking at these guys. I wish that some of these were vertical, but they're all horizontal. So that's kind of a bummer. And I guess I could do, I just don't like it. Darn. I don't like that either. This was all about the flowers in this one. So I might... Yeah, kind of like that one near the top there. Now, once I get these down, I might go back through. There's a tiny bit of sticky hanging here and here, and I could use a little Q-tip to get that tiny bit of sticky on the inside of those so it doesn't catch anything as I put it through. I actually really like that. That turned out nicely. So, yeah. This one. I know what I'm going to do with this one. Oh, yeah. Okay, I got it, guys. This is what I'm going to do with this one. I really like it. Sticking out of that pocket. And you still have the full use of the pocket, so that works really well. Okay. Sorry. I started to talk and then it stopped working. Okay, I think I can talk again. That just caught me by surprise. So... Oh, that would be really cute there, wouldn't it? I like... That wasn't what I was first going for, but it... Oh my word, the pocket's made for it. Look at that. Oh, I'm liking that. Okay, careful. I'm going to do it like this so I can have a better top-down view and just get it as... even as possible. Sometimes it's just easier to, I don't know why, you know, it's just the orientation of humans maybe. And then I want to put a little something down here. kind of like the continuity of doing something like maybe this, because it looks like the flowers have come off onto the pocket. Oh, I like it. I hope you guys like it too. I'm actually super pleased with the way that one turned out. I thought there was a lot going on here, which is why I chose this just green. And it's not a matchy green, because it kind of stands out nicely. So that's really why I did that. It toned down some of what was going on. These pieces got moved around because I found out that I had this right behind that, and that did not work for me. It was too close to that one for me, so I just moved it around. But that did end up giving me these two sort of heavier duty together, and then these two that are a little bit more on the plain side together. So I want to do something that's going to, you know, I've already added this little piece, but I want to snazz this up a little bit more. Not a whole lot. This is a very simple album. I'm thinking something like that. And then I'll have to come behind it and do the, oh, that's cute. I like it when it comes down some. Okay. So I'm going to come behind it with a little Q-tip, and I'm going to Q-tip a little bit of the powder onto this, so that when I stick something inside, it doesn't get stuck. So I like that. I like it. So what do I have to do up here? This part does not have any flowers, and it really should, just for, again, for the continuity of the book itself. I feel like I need something. I think I'm going to do something big. I really feel like I'm going to do something. I think I want to do something kind of big. Oh, look at that. So what this does for me, just, you know, this is just me, is that it now I feel like I have that flower continuity that I wasn't getting on these last pages. And I like it. Cute. Anything else I want to add to this one? I don't know. I think that one's nice. And I think that I don't think that I need to add anything to this one. I do think I'm going to let this actually stick. So when you put something in, it won't go all the way down to the bottom. This is going to stop it. This bottom part. And that one's not. All right. We're close. Now, I need a little touch of gold right here. Even if it's just a little gold ball. So I think I'm mostly done with this. I am going to go back and find my little gold, my little punch. One of the sisters gifted me with a lovely punch set of some additional sizes I didn't have when we were away at the beach. Probably just because we were in the midst of shopping and for more craft items. Still blows me away. So I'm going to come back and do a little bit, probably some nice, maybe some stickles or some nice little dots through here that kind of add to the shimmer through here, and then the gold ball. But I'm not gonna. I will show you all that when I do the when I show you everything that I finished for Paper Stash Smash this coming weekend. But this is where we are. So I will fill some of the pockets. You can see all that if you come back to see the sort of all of everything I finished this time around. I am pleased with this. I'm super tickled with the pocket. I really like how this one came out. I'm probably going to add a little something back here. Nothing big because my stamps aren't in yet. So that's it. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear what you think in the comments. And I'm going to go take a break because my brain is fried. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. Again, please, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. It's really what I'm working for, and this is a very much a passion project for me, everything I do here. So I will see you guys next time. Cheers.